Hi guys, and welcome again to hashtag I Was Here. As you can see today, I have a beautiful and brand new guest. Your name is
Precious.
This is my precious guys. This is one of my wonderful friends from college, and she will be joining me in today's video. We have a lot to discuss with you guys, so stay tuned. But before we get into all of that, I want to give Precious the opportunity to introduce herself, say where she's from, let her, just give you guys a little info about her, because I just said, oh, it's my friend Precious, but y'all don't really know Precious. So, to Precious.
As you guys know, my name is Precious. I'm from Syracuse, New York. I am a junior here at the University of Albany, majoring in human biology with a minor in psych.
That's how y'all know this.
So, with the anticipated graduation of May 2021.
She was trying to graduate with me, but now I'm finding out she want to graduate in 2021.
Listen, I gotta say what I am anticipated to do, and then if things happen, they happen.
Okay,
so
right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for Precious' graduation. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about growth while in college, especially with being away at college. Like, a lot of people don't really focus on how much your life changes and shifts when you go away specifically. I mean, we focus on the idea of changes when you get to college, but not really the idea of how much your life changes while you're away at college. Like, that's a whole new, different experience. So in today's video, Precious and I are going to be talking a lot about the changes that we have been through while being here, while, being out of our comfort zone, and just jumping right into something so new, so foreign. So stay tuned. First, I want to start off by asking you, Precious, how long have you been at the University of Albany, and how was it adjusting from coming out of high school straight into the fast life of college and being away at the same time?
Okay, so I've been at the university since my freshman year, so far 3 years. College was a very hard adjustment for me. Moving away from home, I cried every single day for like 3 weeks. I used to go home every single weekend. I hated being here. I just wanted to go home and figure things out from there. But as time went on, I learned to adjust. It was also hard for me adjusting. High school was very easy for me. I was in accelerated classes, AP, taking all those college prep classes. And I don't think there's anything in the world that can prep you for college, even college classes. Because when you get here, it's a whole different ball game. They say it's easier because you don't really have anyone down your back, but it's all about time management. If you don't manage your time, you literally, days can just go by and you don't know what's going on. You're not doing your work on time. And there's no 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike. It's 1 strike and you're done. There's no late papers, none of that. You gotta get on it with your time. I had to learn what a planner was, alarms, all types of stuff. Actually talking to teachers and building relationships with these teachers. I don't know, I went through a lot. It took me a while. I can probably say it took me till about now, junior years, 3 years into college, to say that I know what I'm actually doing and flourishing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, trust me, I know. I myself did not actually start off here. I transferred here my sophomore year, and it was so difficult for me as well. As she said, she cried every week, every day. Asked my first roommate, I cried every week. I would think of my brother and cry. My brother, imagine, I would think of my brother Samuel and cry because I missed him. I would think of my mom and cry, my dad and cry. My brother would FaceTime me telling me my mom is crying again. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, when I first got here, adjusting to the idea of not being at home and also adjusting to being in college. For me specifically, when I started off my first freshman year, oh my gosh. My first semester, I had a professor that was so difficult on me. Like, he didn't even try. He knew that I was a freshman. I was new to this, and he had no sympathy. He had no sympathy. My first semester slapped me in the face. My second semester slapped me even harder. So, getting into the college life and learning how to adjust to the strictness, the everything is insane. So, as with that being said, I wanted to know if it was difficult for you to keep up with getting certain things done. Because for me specifically, oh my goodness, I didn't believe in planners, as she said. I didn't believe in to-do lists until I got to college, until I got to my like junior year. That's when I decided, oh, maybe I should start doing to-do lists. And then I started micromanaging my life. But we'll get into how I do my to-do list in another video. But yeah, as I said, was it difficult for you keeping up with, you know, your books, your social life, your everything while being in college?
Definitely. Like I said, it was hard for me to transition into college. So the first thing my body basically told me to do was go make friends. So the first thing I did was I went and made a ton of friends. Maybe not friends, but just associates, you know. And from then on out, it was like freshman year party, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, it's lit. So when I tell you there was a point from Thursday to Sunday, I was going to parties every single night and going out all day. That's exactly what I was doing. And then Sunday, I'd wake up and cram. So everything that I should have been doing from Thursday on out, I was cramming all into a couple hours trying to get done before it was time to go to sleep. It was hard for me to balance my schoolwork simply because in high school, you know, once you finish a test or a unit, you know, you don't have a test for like another 2 months. Yeah. But in college, you have a like as soon as that test ends, boom, the next stuff they just get to rolling. There's no off days, none of that. So I was doing all this cramming the nights before, studying for a test, and then as soon as the test was done, my brain wiped out, and I was just like,
that's a fact. That is a fact.
I'm not ready to start another unit and stuff like that. So it was hard for me to handle that. Another thing you gotta handle in college that I wasn't ready for was multiple tests in one day.
Oh yes.
And these aren't any mediocre tests that you could just take, you know, get a 70 and move on with your day. No, these are tests that you have to study for. And I was cramming the night before, studying for 3 major tests, being a bio major at that. Oh my goodness. So it was very hard for me to balance my social life and my schoolwork. But I did realize, like, now I feel like it was good that I got all that energy out freshman year, because now my social life is so balanced. Like, going out and parties and stuff like that doesn't excite me anymore. I just do my schoolwork, and if I have extra time, you know, do what I can do with that extra time.
Side note, we're both like semi-losers because being an RA, being a CA, we don't have time. Having jobs. So being in school, having a job, being an RA, you have no life. And on top of it, with bio major, there's no such thing as life. Besides going to school, coming back, doing your homework, doing your laundry, and being on duty as an RA/CA, we don't have time.
And I promise you that little time you do have is you're not thinking about getting dressed up and going outside and standing in people's face and playing face all day. Mm-hmm. You are trying to go to sleep, clean your room, do some laundry, get your life together. Figure out how to get the bags from up under your eyes or something like
like it's an experience. But the next question I have for you is, how do you feel now taking on the roles that you have taken and with your GPA? Before you answer that, I'm gonna give a little backstory. With the roles that both of us has taken on, especially as I just explained with being an RA/CA, oh my goodness. It was God's grace that my GPA did not tank last semester, because the amount of work that we do as RA/CAs, especially for the kind of school that we have right now, is honestly, I can't say insane, but it is OD. Like, there's times where it is so overwhelming because you have deadlines for being an RA and you have deadlines for homework, and you're like, all right, which one comes first? Because I know my school comes first, but my job too. If I lose this, how am I going to be able to pay for school? You know, so it's a weird balance. But thankfully, this job has not tanked my GPA.
Still here.
Yeah, we still here. If it tanked our GPA, they would have fired us. But we're still here. But yeah, let me pass on that question to you. Let me read it to you one more time. How do you feel now taking on the roles that you have taken with your GPA?
Okay, so I have a job. I've had a job since sophomore year. I am a CA, part of Res Life, obviously. A student first before all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I am now the vice president of an organization.
My girl is doing big things.
Last year I was fundraising chair, so it's kind of the same thing. So talk about busy. I don't even know how I can even begin to say I handle all of this, because I don't. I kind of just go with the flow. You just know you have responsibilities to do. You have people depending on you, so you really have no choice but to do it. Speaking on Res Life behalf, I have no choice but to do these duties or I won't be here. This job pays for my housing, it pays for my meal plan. It's part of the reason why I'm able to be so stress-free at school. So at the end of the day, I gotta do what I have to do here. And at school, you just gotta remember that's what you came here for. That's why I'm in Albany to even begin with. And because of my education, I'm just trying to get in and get out. I tell a lot of my friends, like, I feel like I'm doing like a little bid or something in jail, because that's what Albany feels like. But you know, I'm just trying to get in and get out. And then handling work, you got to remember that that's an extracurricular activity. So first comes being a student, and then it comes being part of Res Life. And a job or anything I do besides that is after the fact. So that's all about managing and balancing my time and not overworking myself. Of course, everybody wants to make money. No one wants to be struggling or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I'm a student, so I can't let a part-time job making however much get in the way of me getting my education and making that 6, 7, whatever figures I end up making after school.
6, 7 figures. That's what we want.
Big Birkin bag, hope
5, 6 figures. But my next question is: have you ever had breakdown moments while in college? Oh my goodness! So this question is actually for both me and her, because I mean, I feel like I should have introduced that in the beginning of my video, but
it's a C video.
Yeah, it is mainly a C video. But have you ever had breakdowns? Oh my God, when I tell y'all, I've had like 10,000 emotional breakdowns in college. These grades, when I tell you, like, I want to go to medical school, I'm about to cry, because I want to go to medical school and these teachers just don't want me to go. Like, I don't know if I'm just dumb sometimes, or I just can't read, or I can't study. Like, honestly, I've had 1,000,001 breakdowns over exams, over quiz scores, over things that have basically, it's all me, but I'm here getting breakdowns because I'm mad at the professor, like it's the professor's fault. But in reality, it has everything to do with me, with how I'm studying, with how I'm using my time wisely, or if I'm using my time wisely and efficiently. So it was yes. The answer is yes. I've had 1,000,001 mental breakdowns, emotional breakdowns, all in the whole spiel. And I feel like not only does it come with, you know, grades, it comes with the change in environment, especially like being away from home. It's just like, damn, I want my mom right now, or damn, I want to talk to my mom or dad right now. And of course I can talk to them, so I call them whenever I feel like it, but it's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same, especially with being away at school. It's not the same. And like, you know, having to teach yourself a lot of self-discipline is, oh my goodness, which comes with the breakdowns. It's just like, this is too much. I'm going from being in such a slow pace, high school, chill, to like 95 on the freeway. Like, no, this experience of being at college, let alone away at college, the shift in everything just causes the breakdowns. The shift in emotion is caused by all of, you know, emotion and just the environment differentiation causes our mental breakdowns. Well, for me specifically. But let me pass it on to Precious.
I agree 100%. And don't get me wrong, it is our fault half the time. But when I tell you, there are really some asshole professors. Excuse my language. There are some butthole professors who really do not care about you. At the end of the day, they know they're coming to school and they're getting paid for whatever they do, whether you do good or whether you do not. And there's always going to be that top percent of the kids who just know what they're doing off rip, so they're going to do good in the class either way. So it's up for you to catch up. But you also got to know you got to help yourself, and you got to just be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because as many times as you break down, I've been sat in my room and cried nights doing homework and just started crying, because I'm just sitting here like, I don't know how I'm going to finish. Halfway through the semester, I still got so much time to go. I still got 2 more years of school left. After that, like she said, we're trying to go to med school, be in the medical field. We still have tons of school after this, and you're just sitting here like, I'm only on year 3 of year whatever I'm trying to get to.
Of the 7 years.
You just got to basically pick yourself up and pat yourself on the back, because you're going to be your best friend through this. No matter how many friends you have, it's okay to feel alone, even though you got people around you, because at the end of the day, this is your journey. Your friends can laugh at you, giggle at you, be in your corner, but you're walking across that stage when they call your name. When you fail that test, it's your name at the top of the paper, not you and your friends. That's your GPA on that degree audit. Like, that's you. That's nobody else but you.
Yep. Next question is, do you think things would have been different if you stayed home?
I think yeah, but no. Every day I think about what it would have been like if I would have stayed home for school. I feel like I still would have flourished. I would have definitely probably ended up living at home instead of living on campus. Because I'm from Syracuse, so SU is probably the school I would have went to. I don't know if I would have probably really put myself out there and made more friends. I probably would have just stayed friends with whoever I was with. But I still feel like I would have flourished because I don't play about my schoolwork, so I would have made it work with wherever I was at. Probably would have got fat. Fatter. Probably would have gained like the freshman 55. Because I would have been at home eating lovely, not eating this nasty old Albany food. But honestly, I think everything would have been pretty much the same. I probably would have been in a little bit of a better headspace. I probably wouldn't have went through the little rough patch that I went through with my grades and all that stuff like that. But I wouldn't change it. I mean, I feel like it's better me. It's made me grow up in certain ways. What about you, Steph?
For me, I think that if I had stayed home, I personally feel like I wouldn't have flourished the way that I have. Mainly because while being home, it was so difficult for me to focus on school. It was so difficult for me to get my work done. I live in a house with about 5 to 6 people. I mean to 6 because I have family members that live all around me. So family members are in and out of the house constantly. I don't have my own space to have time to focus on what I'm doing. So it was so difficult for me being at home, trying to balance doing schoolwork sometimes. I was balancing having a job, so it was very difficult. And on top of doing schoolwork, trying to do schoolwork in a household that was just had a lot of people around, it was difficult for me to focus. So I feel like things definitely would have been different, and I don't feel like I would have been able to spend the time to focus and get the work that I needed to get done, on a timely fashion, mainly because I had way too many distractions at home. It's obvious that we both have two different experiences because me specifically being home is a con, but being home for you obviously is not a con. It's something that you feel like you could have done. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Next question says, how do you feel this experience has changed your life?
It's definitely made me grow up. I'm the youngest kid out of 6. I'm the baby of the family. I get treated like the baby. Everyone's very protective of me. I'm very spoiled. So being in college
she's very, very spoiled.
Being in college has definitely made me grow up for the better. It's made me realize a lot of things that I'm not always going to have somebody shoulder to lean on. It's made me realize that money is not the root of everything. It's tested me in many ways. Many ways. So all in all, it's definitely made me grow up. I've become a little bit more responsible. I've become smarter about the decisions I make. I realize that every reaction has everything has a bounce back. Let's just say that everything you do, there's always going to be something that comes back toward you, whether it's good or it's bad. And that's with schoolwork, that's with social life, friends, boys. I learned a lot about boys. Stay away from them. They're no good.
Not in college, honey. I know.
Yeah, I've definitely grown up, become a better woman. That's cool.
For me specifically, I speak about my college experience, especially my away experience, so much because I feel like that has definitely played a major role in me and the idea of focusing on my growth process. Being away from home, being out of my regular element, forced me to learn how to actually make friends, learn how to choose my friends wisely, because they always tell you choose your friends wisely, but the question is now, what do you mean? What do you mean by wisely? How do I know what wisely means? How do I know that this person is good for me? Having this kind of energy in my corner, how do I know that this is all right? And I had to literally learn that while being away at school. I had to learn how to fend for myself in regards to like eating wise. Mommy's not gonna be here to tell me the food is ready on the table anymore. That is something that we had to learn being here. Washing your clothes, even though I used to wash my clothes alone, well not alone, but at home sometimes. But like here, it's like, all right, well the laundry bin's filled. No one else is here to wash it, so remind me. So I ain't got no choice but to wash it, or I'm not gonna have no drawers. Yep, and we live. Oh my goodness, I have to lug it down many flights of stairs to watch. Like that's a tangent, but yeah, it was just that experience, and also learning certain things about myself, learning some things that I like. Having roommates, people that you never knew before, living with them and adjusting to how they live their lives, and like just forcing yourself to assimilate. Like it was annoying at first because you're used to certain things back home. Like back home, you got your own room, you got this, you got that, you got your TV, you got you have certain things. Whereas you come here and it is a totally new experience. All right, I got my half room, half the side of the room for me, half the side of the room for somebody else, and if they leave their area dirty, stinky, whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna have to deal with it because it's not my half. I don't pay for it, So it was just an extreme adjustment, not only to that, but just the environment as well. Being in University of Albany, this is a big school, large school. You meet a lot of people. Choosing people wisely is the number one that you should do while being away at school. But for me, how I learned how to define choosing my friends wisely was by trial and error while in college. Like I've met people who weren't always the best, which I still thank God for because I've learned from them. But just the experience. There is so much that has changed us, has helped us grow. And last but not least, this is our last question, which says, do you have any words of advice for people who are freshmen, people who are now joining, going into the college field, filling out college applications, anybody that is going into college?
For one, embrace your nationality.
Oh, yes.
Embrace who you are, whether you're white, African, regular American, whatever you are, embrace yourself to the fullest. And when I say embrace yourself, embrace your hair, embrace your background, your culture, embrace the food you eat, everything. Because when you come from somewhere who's not very, me coming from Syracuse, which is not a very diverse place, and I came to college, I didn't very much embrace myself as much as I should have. I kind of hid in a little shell. But you learn to realize that there's someone out there just like you.
Yeah.
You're going to find a match in college no matter what, so embrace yourself. Be yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Do not try to change yourself from how you were in high school, coming to college thinking, oh, let me become someone else that I'm not. Be yourself, because that's how you get caught up in stuff with other people, doing things that's not really who you are.
Yeah.
But, just be yourself. Peer pressure is a real thing. I always thought that I wasn't easy peer pressure until I came to school and realized that I was doing a bunch of things that literally just wasn't me. So be yourself and just remember what you're here for. You came here for school, I don't know, whatever your motive may be. I know for me, my motive is always my mom is paying. The price tag is always just hanging over my head.
Yeah.
I may only go to Albany $25,000. That's $25,000 that nobody just has to write a check and hand to a school. So I don't know about anyone else's, but my motive is just, whether it's my past, my grandparents, or whoever motivates me, it's always that price tag, and that my mom is busting her butt at home to push me through school. She wasn't able to finish her 4 years of school and get her degree, so I always think, let me do that for her, let me finish that for her, and not only for her but for myself, because I have all these goals that I want to do in life, all these places I want to go. I want to be able to provide for my family and give everybody everything that they need and want. So I know that in order to get there, I gotta do what I gotta do, and if that means me being away from home, and putting my big girl pants on, doing things that I don't want to do, waking up for early classes, just remember, always remember in your back of your mind what that motive is that's making you wake up every morning and keep pushing and keep going, even when the world tries to knock you down 30,000 times. Just get back up and keep going. You got this, you got this.
For me, words of advice for freshmen. Number one, as I was so passionately talking about before, is choosing friends wisely. And what I mean by wisely is literally, even if it takes trial and error to figure out the kind of people that you want in your circle, take that time. See those qualities that you do not like and stay away from them. Don't just choose to immerse yourself in certain crowds because you're away at school, you want to make friends. No, literally take the time, observe people, and choose friends wisely, because some of the people that you meet in college is the friends that you have for the rest of your life. So that is number one. Number two, I would say is to make sure to learn how to create to-do lists. Now, me, myself, I have become a micromanager for myself, which is something that sometimes I'm a bit proud of, sometimes I'm not, because I micromanage myself down to the hour sometimes. Literally, if I show y'all my to-do list, I'll probably show y'all this in another video. My to-do list goes down to, okay, Monday we have physics homework, anthropology homework, this homework, that homework. Okay, one homework from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, other homework from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, other from 4 o'clock to whatever, and then I'll write, break for 15 minutes, and then do something else, and da. So I do not recommend that. Maybe it works for me, I'm not sure if it will work for others, but just learn how to create to-do lists, create a planner. Another word of advice I would give is to learn how to literally kiss the teacher, professor's anus. Literally, in college, it gets you somewhere. not in a way that is sexual, but in a way that you look like you're eager to learn, because these professors want to see that you enjoy their topic, what they're teaching. They want to see that you're, interested in this kind of thing. So just make sure that you are out there busting your butt, going to office hours, harassing them, emailing them like, I need help with this and that, I don't understand this and that. Sitting in the front row. These are certain things that they don't tell you before you go into college, but we are telling you this now because after years of experience, that's something that I've learned. That's something that has grown on me. So I felt the need to share that with people who, have not, experienced the college experience yet. But just making sure that you're on point. I know that adjusting to the different experiences of college is something that a lot of us are not used to, and it does definitely take some time, but you have to think of it as a growth process. So if you start off and it's hard, it's difficult, sometimes it's better not to run. Sometimes it's better to stick there and just follow through with your growth process, because it takes time to adjust to these new environments. It takes time for us as humans to adjust to anything. So those are my words of advice. So thank you guys for watching till this far. If you have made it this far, congratulations. I know that this video is pretty lengthy, and oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, I know this video is pretty lengthy, but yes, I want to thank you guys for watching. I know that this information is detrimental to success in college. It's great that you have people who are older who can not portray, not develop, what's the word, who can literally pass on the information. So for us, I don't feel like either of us had people who were there to give us this kind of information, to tell you what really happens. Yes, literally, you have to figure it out what really happens. But if you would like more videos with me and Precious letting y'all know of what goes on, drop a comment, let me know. But thank you for watching, and welcome again to #I was here. Bye guys.